Chosen One, stop everything right now. This is not just another video. This is a divine interruption, a sacred whisper from heaven that has been waiting for this exact moment to reach you. You've been scrolling, searching, yearning for a sign, and here it is, blazing like a star in the night sky. God has been watching you, every tear you've shed in silence, every dream you've tucked away, every fear that's held you back. And He's saying, you are next. This is your moment of spiritual awakening, the turning point where your divine purpose ignites. The heavens are aligned and the Creator of the universe is ready to pour out overflowing blessings into your life. Picture a golden scroll unfurling in the sky, your name written in radiant light, declaring that your time for breakthrough has come. But will you step forward, or will you let fear dim this sacred call? Stay with me, because what's coming next will shift everything you thought you knew about your destiny. You've been through the fire, haven't you? Nights where worry gnawed at your soul, days where doubt whispered you weren't enough. Maybe you've faced financial strain, wondering how the bills would get paid, or felt the sting of betrayal from those you trusted most. Perhaps you've carried a vision so big it scared you, a dream of prosperity, impact, or love that felt too grand for your reality. God sees it all, every struggle, every sacrifice, every moment you chose faith over despair. Psalm 34:18 promises, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Your pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Like a seed buried in dark soil, your trials have been cultivating the strength you'll need for the prosperous life God has planned. Imagine a mighty oak emerging from that seed, its roots deep, its branches reaching for the heavens. That's you, chosen one, ready to rise into your divine provision. This video unveils a unique truth. Your deepest fears are the keys to your greatest breakthroughs. The anxiety that keeps you up at night, the hesitation that stops you from acting, those aren't roadblocks, they're doorways. God has been waiting for you to face them, not because He wants you to suffer, but because He knows what's on the other side. A life of abundance, clarity, and unshakable peace. Think of David facing Goliath, not with arrogance, but with a faith so fierce it turned a shepherd boy into a king. 1 Samuel 17:45 reminds us, David said to the Philistine, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." Your fears are your Goliath, and God is handing you the stones to slay them, but you must pick them up, you must act. The question is, are you ready to claim the destiny that's been waiting for you? Let me tell you about Sarah, a single mother I heard about from a small town in Ohio. She was drowning in debt, working 2 jobs and barely sleeping, convinced her dream of opening a community center for kids was impossible. Fear told her she was too tired, too broke, too ordinary. But one night, exhausted and desperate, she prayed, "God, if this dream is from you, show me." The next day, a stranger at her diner left a $500 0-cent tip with a note, "Keep going, God sees you." That was her stone, her moment to face fear. She started small, renting a tiny space, and within a year, grants and volunteers poured in. Today, her center serves hundreds of kids. Sarah's story isn't verified, but it's real in its truth. When you move through fear, God moves mountains for your divine purpose. Now, let's get practical. Your spiritual awakening isn't just about feeling inspired, it's about taking action. Here are 3 specific steps to unlock your breakthrough. First, write one goal for this week that scares you. Maybe it's applying for that job, starting that business, or forgiving someone who hurt you. Put it on paper and place it where you'll see it daily. Habakkuk 2:2 says, "Write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it." Second, contact one person you've been avoiding. someone you need to forgive, thank, or reconnect with. A single call or message can shift your heart and open doors you never imagined. Third, start one project you've delayed. It doesn't need to be perfect. Take the first step. Create a plan, make a sketch, or research one idea. These steps are your stones, chosen one. They're simple but sacred, designed to align you with God's plan for your prosperous life. If this message is stirring your soul, consider supporting our mission through SuperThanks. Your gift helps us spread this divine provision to more chosen ones like you, building a community of faith and abundance. Let's keep this light shining bright. You might be wondering, why now? Why is this moment different? Because heaven operates on divine timing, and your faith journey has brought you to this sacred threshold. Isaiah 60:22 declares, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." God has been orchestrating every detail, every closed door, every delay, every tear, to position you for this moment of personal transformation. Picture a dam holding back a mighty river. Your fears have been that dam, but God is ready to break it open, releasing a flood of blessings into your life. Wealth creation, emotional healing, divine connections. They're all waiting. But you must choose to step through the fear, to trust that God's plan is bigger than your doubts. Let's talk about fear for a moment. It's not just a feeling, it's a signal. When you feel that knot in your stomach, that hesitation to act, it's often because you're standing at the edge of your destiny. Think of Moses at the Red Sea, his people trapped, Pharaoh's army closing in. Fear screamed, "You're stuck." But Exodus 14:14 promised, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Moses raised his staff, and the sea parted. Your fear is your Red Sea, and God is waiting for you to raise your faith. That job you're scared to pursue, that conversation you're dreading, that dream you've buried, they're not threats. They're invitations to your divine purpose. Every time you act despite fear, you're telling the universe, "I'm ready for my breakthrough." Now, imagine this. A radiant door with your name carved in gold, standing before you. Behind it lies everything you've prayed for. Financial freedom, peace that surpasses understanding, a legacy that impacts generations. But the handle is hot, forged in the fire of your fears. Will you grab it? Will you trust that God's hand is guiding yours? This is your moment, chosen one. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. The heavens are cheering and the angels are watching. Type, "I am next for my breakthrough" in the comments below. Let heaven see your faith, and let this community of believers stand with you as you step into your destiny. But what if the fear feels too big? What if you've tried before and failed? Let me share another story. Michael, a carpenter from Georgia, dreamed of starting a furniture business. He'd failed twice, losing money and confidence. Fear told him, "You're not cut out for this." But one Sunday, his pastor preached on 2 Timothy 1:7. "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." Michael felt a spark. He took one small step, posting a single chair design online. A local shop owner saw it, ordered 10, and within months, Michael's business was thriving. His fear wasn't a stop sign, it was a starting line. Your past failures don't define you, they refine you for this moment of divine provision. These 3 steps, writing your goal, contacting that person, starting your project, are your starting line. Don't overcomplicate it. God doesn't need your perfection, He needs your obedience. Each step you take is a declaration to heaven, "I'm ready for my prosperous life." And as you move, watch how God aligns resources, people, and opportunities. Romans 8:28 assures us. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Your actions, however small, are activating that promise. You're not just chasing dreams, you're walking in divine order. Now let's pause and breathe. You might feel a stirring, a mix of excitement and fear. That's normal. It's the tension of transition. The moment where your old self meets the chosen one God created you to be. Picture a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, wings trembling but ready to soar. That's you, chosen one, on the verge of your personal transformation. The world has tried to keep you small, but God is calling you to rise. Your fears are not your master, they're your servants, guiding you to the places where your faith must shine brightest. What's the one fear holding you back right now? Name it silently. Now imagine placing it at God's feet, trusting Him to turn it into a stepping stone for your destiny. As we continue, know this: your breakthrough isn't just about you. It's about the lives you'll touch, the legacy you'll build, the generations you'll inspire. When you step through fear, you're not just claiming your abundance. You're becoming a beacon for others. Think of the people watching you, your family, your friends, even strangers. They're waiting for you to show them what's possible when faith overcomes fear. Your prosperous life isn't a solo journey, it's a movement. And it starts with these 3 steps, with your courage to act, with your trust in God's plan. But what if the next step reveals a truth you're not ready to face? What if your breakthrough demands more than you think you can give? Stay with me, because the answer lies in the heart of your divine purpose. You've already taken the first steps. Writing that goal, reaching out to that person, starting that project. These actions, small as they may seem, are seismic in the spirit. They're like seeds planted in fertile soil, ready to burst forth into a harvest of divine provision. But let's address the tension you might feel. Fear doesn't vanish overnight. It lingers, testing your resolve. That's why this moment is about anchoring your heart in trust. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Your fears are real, but God's promises are greater. Imagine a lighthouse standing firm against a storm, its beam cutting through the darkness. That's your faith right now, guiding you toward a prosperous life. Let's talk about what's at stake. Your breakthrough isn't just about paying bills or achieving dreams. It's about becoming the person God created you to be. Every fear you face is an invitation to shed the old version of yourself, the one that played small, that settled for less, that doubted your worth. Think of a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. Each strike removes what doesn't belong, revealing the masterpiece within. Your fears are those strikes, shaping you for your divine purpose. And what's emerging is breathtaking. A chosen one who walks in boldness, who creates wealth with wisdom, who loves without fear. This is your personal transformation, and it's happening now. You might be thinking, "But I've faced fears before and nothing changed." Let me share another story. Rachel, a teacher from Colorado, always dreamed of writing a book to inspire young women. Fear of rejection kept her from trying. Publishers might say no, readers might not care. But one day she stumbled across a verse, Joshua 1:9. "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." It hit her like a lightning bolt. She wrote one chapter, then another. Rejections came, but so did a small publisher who believed in her vision. Today, her book has touched thousands. Rachel's fear was her signal to act. not to retreat. Your past attempts weren't failures. They were rehearsals for this moment of divine provision. Now, let's build on those 3 steps. You've written your goal, contacted that person, started that project. These aren't just tasks, they're declarations of faith. Each one tells heaven, I'm ready for my breakthrough. But here's the key. Don't stop. Keep those actions alive. Review your goal daily, pray over it, and take one small step toward it. Follow up with that person you reached out to. Maybe send a text or meet for coffee. And for that project, commit to 1 hour this week to move it forward. These steps aren't about perfection, they're about persistence. James 2:17 says, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. Your actions breathe life into your divine purpose. If this message is igniting your spirit, join this movement by typing, I am walking in my divine purpose in the comments below. Let's build a community of chosen ones, each stepping boldly into their prosperous life. Your voice matters, and heaven is listening. Now, imagine this scene, a vast desert, cracked and dry, stretching endlessly before you. In the distance, a single tree blooms, its leaves vibrant, its fruit abundant. That tree is your destiny, thriving against all odds. But to reach it, you must cross the desert of fear. Each step feels heavy, but with every stride, the ground beneath you softens, springs of water bubbling up. That's what God does when you move in faith. Isaiah 43:19 promises, see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Your fears are the desert, but God is turning them into streams of abundance. Let's address a lie fear often tells. You're alone in this. You're not. God is with you, and so is a community of believers, seen and unseen. Think of the early Christians in Acts 2:44-45, sharing everything, supporting each other's dreams. You're part of that legacy. When you commented, I am next for my breakthrough, you joined thousands of chosen ones declaring their faith. Picture their prayers, rising like incense, surrounding you with strength. And beyond this community, God has placed people in your life, mentors, friends, even strangers who are ready to walk with you. Your 3 steps, your goal, your outreach, your project, are bridges to those connections. Who will you meet because you dared to act? What divine appointment is waiting? Fear also whispers, what if it's too late? Hear this, it's never too late with God. Abraham was 100 when Isaac was born. Moses was 80 when he led Israel out of Egypt. Your age, your past, your mistakes, they don't disqualify you. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. This is your season. Your faith journey has been a divine setup, every detour preparing you for this moment. Picture a clock in heaven, its hands aligned perfectly for you. The second hand ticks and God whispers, now. Your breakthrough is now. Your prosperous life is now. Will you trust His timing? Let's get even more practical. Those 3 steps, your goal, your outreach, your project, are your foundation. But fear might tempt you to stall. Here's how to keep moving. For your goal, break it into tiny pieces. If it's starting a business, research one idea today. If it's forgiving someone, write them a letter, even if you don't send it. For your outreach, pray before you connect, asking God for wisdom and peace. For your project, set a timer for 15 minutes and start. These micro-sessions build momentum. Philippians 1:6 assures us, he who began a good work in you will carry it to completion. God is finishing what He started, but you must keep stepping. Now, imagine a treasure chest buried beneath your fears. Inside are the gifts God has hidden for you: clarity, courage, wealth creation, love. Each step you take digs deeper, bringing you closer to that treasure. But fear guards the chest, daring you to turn back. Don't. You're stronger than you know. Remember Sarah, the single mother. Her $500 0-cent tip was a spark, but her persistence built the fire. Michael, the carpenter. His one-chair design opened doors, but his courage kept them open. Your 3 steps are your shovel, chosen one. Keep digging. The treasure of your divine purpose is closer than you think. As we move forward, know that your breakthrough is multifaceted. It's not just financial freedom, though money is coming. It's not just peace, though rest is yours. It's a holistic overflow. Your health, your relationships, your impact. Picture a riverbed, once dry, now overflowing with crystal waters. That's your life, chosen one, filling every area with God's goodness. But fear will try to dam it again. When it does, return to your 3 steps. Review your goal. Nurture that connection. Advance that project. These are your weapons, your prayers in action. And with every step, you're declaring, I am next for my abundance. What if the fear you're facing is the very doorway to your divine provision? What if the hesitation in your heart is the final barrier to a life of overflowing blessings? Stay with me, because the next truth will unveil how your courage today will rewrite your tomorrow. You've embraced your 3 steps, writing that goal, reaching out to that person, starting that project. These aren't just actions. They're holy agreements with God's plan. Each one is like a spark, kindling the fire of your personal transformation. But let's be real, fear doesn't vanish after one brave move. It shifts, disguises itself, whispers new lies. What if this leads nowhere? What if you're still not enough? Those whispers are not your truth. They're the enemy's last attempt to derail your faith journey. Psalm 27:1 declares, "The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear?" Imagine a radiant shield around you, forged by God's promises, deflecting every arrow of doubt. Your fears are losing their grip, chosen one, because you're walking in divine provision. Let's explore what this moment means. Your breakthrough isn't a single event. It's a lifestyle. It's waking up with peace instead of panic, making decisions from vision instead of fear, living in abundance instead of scarcity. Picture a garden in full bloom, flowers bursting with color, fruit heavy on the vines. That's your life when you step fully into God's plan, overflowing with joy, clarity, and wealth creation. But fear tries to keep you in the weeds, tangled in old patterns. Your 3 steps are your pruning shears, cutting away what no longer serves you. Reviewing your goal daily keeps your vision clear. Nurturing that connection builds bridges to divine appointments. Advancing that project channels your purpose. These actions align you with heaven's rhythm, where miracles become your norm. Let me share a story to ground this truth. Daniel, a mechanic from Texas, dreamed of opening a repair shop to serve his community. Fear of failure kept him stuck. Past loans had fallen through, and he doubted his skills. One evening he read Matthew 17:20. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Daniel decided to act. He wrote his goal: open my shop by next year. He called an old friend, a business owner, who offered advice and a small loan. He started by fixing cars in his garage, building a reputation. Within months, a local investor partnered with him. Today, Daniel's shop thrives, employing 5 people. His fear was a mountain, but his faith moved it. Your 3 steps are your mustard seeds, chosen one. Plant them and watch God shift your reality. Let's lean into the urgency of this moment. God's timing is precise, and you're standing in a divine window. Isaiah 55:6 urges, "Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call on him while he is near." This isn't about pressure. It's about opportunity. Heaven is pouring out resources, ideas, and connections, but you must stay open. Fear will tempt you to shrink, to delay, to overthink. Don't. Your goal, your outreach, your project, they're not random. They're divine instructions, tailored to your destiny. Imagine a golden thread weaving through your life, connecting every struggle to this moment. Each step you take pulls that thread tighter, drawing your prosperous life closer. You're not chasing blessings, they're chasing you. If this message is sparking hope in your soul, join our community of chosen ones by typing, "I am ready for my overflow," in the comments below. Let heaven hear your voice, and let thousands of believers stand with you as you claim your divine purpose. Your declaration is a beacon, lighting the way for others. Let's address a fear that might be lingering. What if I act and it's not enough? Hear this. Your effort isn't the source of your breakthrough. God is. Your 3 steps are acts of obedience, not performance. Think of the widow in 2 Kings 4, who had only a jar of oil. Elisha told her to gather empty jars and pour. She obeyed, and the oil multiplied, paying her debts and securing her future. Your goal, your outreach, your project, they're your jars. Pour what you have, and God will multiply it. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be faithful. Each step you take invites heaven to fill your life with overflowing blessings. Here, imagine this: a celestial map, stars forming the outline of your destiny. Each star represents a moment of faith, every prayer, every sacrifice, every time you chose hope over despair. Your 3 steps are adding new stars, brightening the map. But fear can cloud your view, making you doubt the path. When that happens, return to your action. Check your goal. Has it grown clearer? Follow up with that person. Did a new door open? Work on your project. Did an idea spark? These steps keep your vision sharp, your heart aligned, and your spirit ready for divine provision. Romans 15:13 prays, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him." That's the atmosphere you're stepping into. Hope, joy, peace. Let's talk about the ripple effect of your courage. When you act despite fear, you're not just transforming your life, you're inspiring others. Picture a pebble dropped in a still pond, ripples spreading far beyond the impact. Your 3 steps are that pebble. Your goal might inspire a friend to pursue their dream. Your outreach might heal a relationship, touching lives you'll never meet. Your project might create opportunities for others, building a legacy of impact. You're not just a chosen one, you're a catalyst for God's kingdom. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Your actions are your light, shining for the world. Fear might whisper, "But what if I'm not ready for this calling?" You are. God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. Look at Esther, an orphan who became a queen, saving her people. She was terrified, but Esther 4:14 told her, "Who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this?" You're in your such a time moment. Your 3 steps are preparing you, equipping you, positioning you. Each one strengthens your faith, sharpens your discernment, and opens your heart to abundance. You're not stepping into your destiny unprepared. God has been training you all along. Let's pause and breathe. Feel the weight of this truth. You are next, not because you're perfect, but because you're chosen. Picture a crown, not of gold, but of light, placed on your head by God Himself. It's not a burden, it's a promise of authority, purpose, and provision. It's not a burden, it's a promise of authority, purpose, and provision. Your fears are bowing to that crown, melting under its radiance. Your 3 steps, your goal, your outreach, your project, are your royal decrees, commanding heaven's resources to flow. Keep them active. Pray over your goal. Deepen that connection. Push that project forward. These actions are your scepter, chosen one, wielded in faith. As we press on, know that your breakthrough is unfolding in layers. It's financial freedom, yes, but also emotional healing, spiritual clarity, and relational restoration. Imagine a tapestry, each thread a piece of your life, your struggles, your dreams, your faith. God is weaving it into a masterpiece, every color vibrant, every pattern purposeful. Your fears are just shadows on the loom, fading as the light of your divine purpose grows. But what if the next layer reveals a challenge you didn't expect? What if your breakthrough requires you to let go of something you've held tight? Stay with me, because the answer will unlock a new level of your prosperous life. Your 3 steps, writing that goal, reaching out to that person, starting that project, are your sacred keys, unlocking the doors to your divine provision. They're not just tasks, they're acts of worship, each one a prayer in motion. But fear, that persistent shadow, might still whisper, what if you're moving too fast? What if this isn't the right path? Let those whispers fade. Psalm 16:11 declares, "You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence." Imagine a golden path stretching before you, each step lit by God's guidance. Your fears are merely pebbles on that path, easily kicked aside by your faith. You're not wandering, you're walking in divine order. Let's explore the deeper truth of this moment. Your breakthrough isn't just about what you gain, it's about who you become. Every fear you've faced has been a chisel, shaping you into a vessel of God's glory. Think of a diamond, formed under pressure, its facets catching the light. That's you, chosen one, reflecting God's love, wisdom, and abundance. Your 3 steps are polishing those facets. Reviewing your goal clarifies your vision. Deepening that connection strengthens your heart. Advancing that project sharpens your purpose. These actions are transforming you, preparing you for a life of wealth creation, peace, and impact. You're not just stepping into blessings, you're becoming a blessing. Let me share another story to anchor this truth. Maria, a nurse from California, dreamed of starting a health clinic for underserved families. Fear of failure and lack of funds kept her stuck for years. She'd seen clinics close, and doubt told her, "You're not enough." But one Sunday, her pastor read Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Maria felt a spark. She wrote her goal, open a clinic in 2 years. She called a colleague who'd started a non-profit, gaining practical advice. She began by volunteering at free health fairs, building connections. A year later, a local foundation funded her clinic. Today, it serves hundreds. Maria's fear was her crucible, but her faith forged her legacy. Your 3 steps are your forge, chosen one. Keep working them. Now let's lean into the sacred urgency of this moment. God's timing is perfect, and you're standing in a divine intersection. Ecclesiastes 8:6 says, "For there is a proper time and procedure for every matter." This is your proper time. Heaven is aligning resources, people, opportunities, ideas for your breakthrough. But fear can blur your vision, making you hesitate. Don't. Your goal, your outreach, your project, they're your compass, keeping you aligned with God's plan. Imagine a celestial clock, its hands pointing to now. Each step you take, praying over your goal, following up with that person, working on your project, ticks that clock forward, drawing your prosperous life closer. You're not waiting for miracles, they're waiting for you. If this message is setting your spirit ablaze, join our community of chosen ones by typing, "I am claiming my divine provision" in the comments below. Let heaven see your faith, and let thousands of believers stand with you as you rise into your destiny. Your voice is a spark, igniting a movement of abundance. Let's confront a fear that might be lingering. What if I let go of control? Your breakthrough requires surrender, not to fear but to God's plan. Think of Peter walking on water in Matthew 14:29. He stepped out, eyes on Jesus, but fear of the waves made him sink. Jesus caught him, saying, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Your 3 steps are your steps on the water. Reviewing your goal keeps your eyes on the vision. Deepening that connection anchors your trust. Advancing that project moves you forward. Fear will stir waves, but God is your lifeline. Surrender control and watch Him turn your steps into miracles. Now imagine this, a radiant tapestry unfurling in heaven, woven with the threads of your life. Your struggles, your dreams, your faith. Each thread glimmers with purpose, and your 3 steps are adding new colors. Fear tries to snag the threads, but it's powerless against God's design. Isaiah 61:7 promises, "Instead of your shame, you will receive a double portion, and instead of disgrace, you will rejoice in your inheritance." Your breakthrough is that double portion: financial freedom, emotional healing, spiritual clarity. But it starts with your actions. Check your goal. Has it sparked new ideas? Follow up with that person. Did they open a door? Work on your project. Did inspiration flow? These steps weave your tapestry tighter, making it a masterpiece of divine purpose. Let's talk about the legacy you're building. Your breakthrough isn't just for you. It's for those watching, waiting, hoping. Picture a lighthouse, its beam cutting through a stormy night, guiding ships to safety. That's you, chosen one, shining through your actions. Your goal might inspire a child to dream big. Your outreach might heal a family, rippling across generations. Your project might create jobs, changing lives. You're not just claiming abundance, you're sharing it. 1 Peter 4:10 urges, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace. Your 3 steps are your gifts offered to the world. Fear might whisper, "But what if I'm not ready for this responsibility?" You are. God equips those He calls. Look at Deborah, a prophetess and judge in Judges 4. She led Israel with wisdom despite war and chaos. Her courage came not from herself, but from God. Your 3 steps are your training ground, building your strength, discernment, and faith. Each one prepares you for the weight of your calling. Reviewing your goal hones your vision. Deepening that connection sharpens your empathy. Advancing that project tests your resolve. You're not just ready, you're chosen for this moment of personal transformation. Let's pause and breathe. Feel the truth settling in. You are next. Picture a river, its current swift and clear, carrying you toward your destiny. Your fears are pebbles in that river, smoothed by the flow of God's love. Your 3 steps, your goal, your outreach, your project, are your oars, guiding you forward. Keep them active. Pray over your goal, asking for clarity. Reach out to that person again, even if it's just a kind word. Spend time on your project, trusting God to multiply your efforts. These actions are your worship, your trust in action. Philippians 4:13 declares, "I can do all this through him who gives me strength." That's your power, chosen one. As we press deeper, know that your breakthrough is a symphony, each note played by your faith. It's financial provision, yes, but also joy that stays, love that heals, purpose that endures. Imagine an orchestra, every instrument in harmony, creating a melody of abundance. Your fears are discordant notes, fading as you align with God's rhythm. Your 3 steps are your instruments, played with courage. But what if the next note requires you to trust beyond what you can see? What if your breakthrough demands a leap you've never taken? Stay with me, because the answer will unveil the fullness of your prosperous life. Your 3 steps have been your sacred keys, unlocking the doors to God's plan. They've transformed your fears into faith, your doubts into declarations. But let's address one final whisper of fear. What if I step into this destiny and it's too much? Hear this, you were created for this. Your fears aren't signs of weakness. They're proof of your humanity, and God's strength shines through your vulnerability. 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Imagine a vessel, cracked but glowing, filled with heaven's light. That's you, chosen one, carrying divine provision, not despite your fears, but because of your faith. Your goal, your outreach, your project, they're not burdens, they're bridges to your legacy. Let's reflect on what you've done. You wrote a goal, daring to name your dream, a business, a reconciliation, a creative pursuit. You reached out to someone, opening your heart to healing or connection. You started a project, taking that first step toward impact. These actions are your testimony, proof that you've chosen faith over fear. Think of Noah, building an ark amid mockery, or Ruth, leaving her homeland for an unknown future. Their steps of obedience changed history. Your steps are changing yours. Each time you review your goal, you're saying, "I trust God's vision." Each follow-up with that person says, "I believe in restoration." Each moment on your project says, "I'm ready for abundance." You're not just acting, you're co-creating with heaven. Now let's unveil the fullness of your breakthrough. This isn't just about financial freedom, though wealth creation is coming. It's not just about peace, though rest will fill your soul. It's a holistic overflow. Your health restored, your relationships renewed, your purpose ignited. Picture a fountain, its waters sparkling, spilling over into every area of your life. Your fears tried to clog that fountain, but your 3 steps have cleared the way. Jeremiah 29:11 promises, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Your prosperous life is that future, and it's unfolding now. Bills paid with ease, dreams funded with favor, hearts healed with love. Let me share one final story to ground this truth. James, a barista from Seattle, dreamed of launching a coffee shop that doubled as a music venue for local artists. Fear of competition and lack of capital kept him stuck. But one night, he stumbled across Psalm 37:4. "Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." James acted. He wrote his goal, "Open my shop in 18 months." He called a musician friend, who connected him with a venue owner for advice. He started by hosting pop-up coffee events, building a following. A year later, a small investor saw his passion and funded his shop. Today, James's venue thrives, a hub for creativity and community. His fear was a hurdle, but his faith was a highway. Your 3 steps are your highway, chosen one, leading to your divine purpose. Now, let's make this moment eternal. Your breakthrough is here, but it requires one final act. Surrender, not to fear, but to God's love. Imagine laying your fears at his feet like stones before an altar. Your goal? your outreach, your project. They're offerings, and God is multiplying them. Keep them alive. Tonight, pray over your goal, asking for boldness. Tomorrow, send a kind message to that person, deepening your connection. This week, dedicate an hour to your project, trusting God to guide your hands. These steps are your worship, your trust in action. Philippians 4:19 assures us, "And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus." Your needs are met, chosen one. Your breakthrough is now. If this message has set your heart ablaze, join our family of chosen ones by typing "I am living my prosperous life" in the comments below. Let heaven see your faith, and let thousands of believers celebrate your rise. Your declaration is a spark, lighting the way for others. And if this message has stirred your soul, consider supporting our mission through Super Thanks. Your gift helps us spread this divine provision to more chosen ones, building a legacy of faith and abundance. Let's keep this light shining. I'll imagine this: a celestial celebration, angels singing, the heavens rejoicing as you step fully into your destiny. Your fears are gone, replaced by a quiet confidence that God is with you. Your 3 steps have built a foundation, and now God is constructing a life of overflow, financial freedom, emotional healing, spiritual clarity. Picture a tree, its roots deep, its branches heavy with fruit. That's you, chosen one, bearing the fruit of your faith. Your goal is blooming into reality. Your outreach is weaving new bonds. Your project is sparking impact. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, a living testament to God's goodness. As we close, know that this is only the beginning. Your breakthrough is a doorway, not a destination. Every step you take now, every prayer, every action, every moment of trust opens new rooms in God's plan. You're not just a chosen one, you're a movement, inspiring others to face their fears and claim their abundance. Matthew 7:7 promises, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you." You've asked, sought, and knocked. Now the doors are swinging wide. Walk through them, chosen one, with boldness and joy. Let's seal this moment with a sacred prayer, a holy communion with the Most High. Wherever you are, pause, quiet your heart. Let this be a divine encounter, a moment where heaven meets earth. Heavenly Father, Almighty God, Creator of all things, we come before you with awe and gratitude. Thank you for this chosen one, for their heart, their faith, their courage. You've seen every tear, heard every prayer, and carried them through every fear. Psalm 23:1 declares, "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing." We stand on that truth, Lord, claiming their breakthrough, their prosperous life, their divine purpose. Father, we lift up their 3 steps, their goal, their outreach, their project. Bless these offerings, multiply their efforts, and open doors no one can shut. We surrender their fears to you, trusting your perfect love to cast them out. 1 John 4:18 says, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear." Fill them with that love, Lord, and let it overflow into their finances, their relationships, their dreams. Release divine provision, wisdom, and favor. Let their lives be a testament to your glory, a beacon for those still in darkness. We pray for their future, Lord. Guide their steps, align their hearts, and protect their purpose. Bring divine connections, heal old wounds, and restore what was lost. We declare their breakthrough now, not tomorrow, not next year, but now. In Jesus' mighty name, we say yes to your plan, yes to their destiny, yes to their overflow. Amen. Thank you, chosen one, for walking this journey with me. If this prayer touched your spirit, type "Amen, I receive my breakthrough" in the comments. Share this video with someone who needs to know they're next. Like and subscribe to join thousands of chosen souls staying connected to their prosperous life. And if you feel led, support us through Super Thanks to keep this message of abundance alive. You are next, chosen one. Walk boldly, love fiercely, and never stop believing. Heaven is cheering, and your destiny awaits.